featuring Dexter Duffs. And I gotta say, this is how you remake a song. Hey, that sounds so good. Congratulations, D Major.
Asante.
Wewe unaitwa D Major?
Asante.
Ama uko na D Major?
Representative.
I see you. All right, listen, tomorrow we take it another level. Sema another one.
Another one.
Tomorrow, Vybes Cartel will be going head to head with Conscience. Rhythm into a decibel rhythm. Vybes Cartel with Georgina. Yeah, man. And man's like Conscience with God Amidon. Yo, so gentlemen, chap unasimama na nani?
Mimi nenda na Conscience.
So wewe uko na Vybes Cartel.
May it be.
Georgina.
They're gonna be the winning team.
You competition kesho. All I'll say is Conscience is a versatile man.
Yeah.
Because God Amidan, fire.
He's amazing.
All right, so don't miss that. Tomorrow, same time, same place for Rhythmos. Right now, let's have a chat with Angella Okutoyi.
Rebels and reggae heads, start your day the MVP way. Where you are the MVP, no negative vibes.
Angella, welcome back.
Thank you.
Morning Vibes is the name of the show, and we're so privileged to have you here. You know, the first time I heard about you, nikasema, hey, udem, I'm sure alikuwa anacheza tennis tangu kwa tumbo tu. But like, saa zingine wanaki kuna joho ni footballer anakam, wetu ulikuwa unapiga mama yako slap kwa tumbo. Pa, anajua. Hey, alafu kwa mtoi ukashikilia slippers ukaanza kufanya ta. So, is it true? Did you start playing tennis when you were a child?
Yes, when I was 4 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. You've been playing tennis from 4?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Because personally, I didn't pick
Do you have a
racket.
parent who plays tennis?
I believe my family is a family of tennis, something like that. I was introduced to tennis at the age of 4 by my uncle, Alan Atola, and also Joe Karani, one of the coaches in that program which I was introduced to. Yeah.
And, you know, as, you know, like when you look at Serena and Venus, which I think is every girl's dream, you know, like I'm looking there and that's what I want to be like. When you were young, who are you looking up to in the tennis world?
I was looking up to Serena Williams.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nilikuambia kila mtu anakuanga.
Nakwanga umetry hizi vitu.
Mimi najuanga hizi vitu. Mimi sijai mtu anasema not Serena. Actually me, my style is more Venus.
I want to be like Djokovic. It's hard.
Only in the boys.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
And when you started competing, right, after you won your first tournament, tell us about the first tournament you ever won.
I can't remember. There are too many.
Levels. Can you keep quiet? There are levels to this. There are levels to this.
So, how many tournaments have you won?
A lot.
Countless.
Yeah.
Like 100?
Probably, yeah.
Jesus. That is performing at your very, very... Have you ever lost one? Tell us about your first loss.
First loss? I can't remember.
Yeah, she was 4.
Yeah. tell us one that you can remember.
One that I can remember. It was this year at the African Junior Championship at the semi-finals. Yeah.
Who did you lose to?
I lost to a girl from South Africa, Lee. Yes.
Give us her name and address.
We're going to deal with that. Don't worry. Don't worry. She'll never beat you again. She will never beat you again when we're around. But you know, with a sport like tennis, it's very, very competitive, and then it's not a team sport. I mean, we know that you have a team behind you, but it's not a team sport. So it's really, really high pressure. Tumekuwa tukiongea juu ya Naomi Osaka. Tumeongea juu ya the pressure in... yesterday there was an article they were talking about mental health on athletes. How do you stay prepared for a match? Aside from training, what other things do you do to make sure that you show up? Because you're always expected to show up at your very best. Hakuna mtu anajalia ati, hey, Angella leo mbona anakasani? Unajua kuna heartbreak. Akula breakfast. Anakanja. Imagine mtu asimongeleshe vibaya. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
So how do you prep for that?
Well, I can say I was brought up strong. And I had tough times when I was young. So I would say right now, I'm used to it during tough times, and I would say my mental stage is kind of strong. But in tennis, before a match, you usually have to write your plan to be prepared for the match. So I usually have my book, and I usually write my goals for the match to be prepared mentally, physically, and I would say that's how most tennis players do, well, that's for me. I usually write my plan to be ready for the match, and I would say like that calms me down, and that's just like a routine I usually do. And obviously in the match you also have routines to keep you, calm and stable, breathing routines, using your towel, just like what you see on the pro.
Wait, you have to prep on how to use your towel?
Yeah, you need to learn.
As in, unajua sisi in the home we prep the towel. Pali haga si ndio unapanguza sura. You understand? So in tennis, how do you prep your towel? What do you mean?
What I mean is, in the pro side, they have a ball boy who gives them the towel after every point. But for us, we don't have. So we usually put on the fence behind the court. So after each point, you have like 25 seconds between each point. So you can either choose to go and use your towel to just wipe yourself or talk to the towel if you need and get ready for the next point.
Nasikia kuna talk to the towel.
Talk to the towel. Talk to the towel. I know what you mean.
I'm winning. Yeah, you must do such things. Yeah.
Do you ever find yourself, because we've seen at high levels, even the Serena, huyo anaitwaje umpire amesema kitu yenye haukubalini nayo, and you've thrown your racket down. Do you choose to talk to the towel, or how do you vent?
For me, I find it's wasting time to talk to the umpire because there's nothing you can change. It's something you can't control. So I just leave it like that, and I just use my routines to, be ready for the next point. Because the moment you start talking to the umpire and arguing, you lost your focus already. And obviously your opponent is like, that's why I caught her. So they're pumped up more than you. And for me, I would say that's what I see. If I keep talking to the umpire, I'm just wasting my time, my focus, my concentration, and I lose my rhythm. So I tend not to talk to the referee. I just leave him or her, and I keep going for the next point.
Kwa wale ambao mnauliza umpire sasa ndio nini? Si umpire sounds lakini sounds umpire. Safe umpire. Tunaongea juu referee wa tennis anaitwa umpire. Now, there's a lot of people who are listening to you. Tennis is not necessarily a popular sport in Kenya, but let me tell you, girl, as soon as you entered, we are all tennis fans now. we are grateful. Grand slamming it. We are, Wimbledoning it. Yeah. Take us through the basics of tennis. Like what should, imagine a newbie kabisa. Tennis ni sport. How do the rules go? Basic too.
I would say tennis has a lot of rules. So basic, you just have to know how to count the scores, and I would say just scoring, knowing the scoring when it comes to rules, and then after that you will gradually be told what to do. Because when you're young, it's joyful because you don't get to do so much hard stuff when you're young. Just bounce, catch, like throw the ball, just basic things to get you into having the coordination and the balance. But when the level keeps going and when you start playing competitive, that's when things get tough. And that's when now you start learning the rules of tennis. You have 25 seconds in between the points. When you change over, you have like a minute, things like that. But when you're young, you don't really get to learn those things because it's like school. You can't teach a 1-year-old times tables. It's just like that. Slowly.
How do you prep food-wise? Me, I can imagine kama unacheza tennis ni ugali. Unajua Kenya unajua kila kitu ni ugali. Kula ugali, kuwa strong, ingia hapo, cheza strong. Unakula ugali. But what does your diet comprise of?
Well, what I can say, I eat what I get. As for now, I don't have that much money to say I have to eat like this. I just eat what I get, but I also try to eat healthy. Of course, in our home we eat healthy because we eat skuma, ugali. Those are like healthy stuff.
Rua ugali bana. So when there's a shortage, unaona press ya unga inapanda, unasema reduce.
Yes,
Natufanya aje bana.
But for sure in tennis and any other sport, you really have to balance your diet. You need to really eat healthy because also those are types of factors that really can change your game in tennis just by eating healthy. So I really try as hard as possible to eat healthy. Even though I won't maybe get that enough of the healthy stuffs I need, but whatever I get, I really try as hard as possible to just make it healthy enough.
Yeah, one thing that I have to comment on is you made history by becoming, in sub-Saharan Africa, you became the first black woman ever since the competition started. I believe it's the doubles or something like that. So you made history. Let me get the correct information up.
As a first Kenyan to win a Grand Slam title at the Girls Junior Wimbledon.
Yeah.
You know, actually...
And after, it began like 40 years ago.
It's
and the first black... African. To ever do that, like you're the first black something, you know,
first African.
Yeah,
you know, honestly, like I don't consider us black. I consider us Africans, my brother. We are Africans. When you go to there, when you become
African
black.
something.
Thank you.
Yes. Unajua wewe ni majua kwa majua. Kenda majua najua.
Angela, where did you grow up?
In Nairobi.
You are born and raised here.
Yeah.
So unajua Kiswahili. Kwa sababu unaongea ni kama sema mwenye speak French. Do you speak French?
I understand.
You understand French?
Yeah.
The lady you won with the Grand Slam. Tell us about that day. Mumeshikana na ude masema bonjour, I need somebody to play with in this Grand Slam, and my name is Angella. I will play with you.
You won with Rosemary, right?
Yeah.
You have a friendship ongoing right now?
Yes. Yeah.
How is it playing with her?
Very good. I feel comfortable playing with her.
So do you guys train together?
No.
So mulipatana tu kwa court? Collab.
Tukasema tushinde hii kitu. Iko nini?
Nampiga kwa court na mkashinda hiyo something. Na for other people, because I see like maybe when you're playing from America, chances are you train together as doubles.
Yes.
Do people train together?
Yeah, they do.
And you guys didn't have the opportunity to train together?
Well, when the days kept going, we trained each morning together, but not before. Yeah.
And when you're going into that match, because this is Australia, it's a Grand Slam, you're a junior, you know, were there nerves?
Yeah, there were. Yeah.
And ulidili nazo aje?
Well, lucky enough, I had the ITF coach, International Tennis Federation, and the coaches, her coach and my coach, were telling us just to enjoy every moment, because it was our first Grand Slam in grass, Wimbledon. So it was just us enjoying and just smiling and enjoying the moment, you know. So that's how we kept our nerves down, and I believe in every doubles, when you enjoy, it's very nice, really good.
All right.
Yeah.
So clearly nimekuambia sasa sisi ni professionals wa tennis na tunangoja sasa kukuona kwa matches zingine. Tumekuwa hapa na another awesome Kenyan who's doing amazing things, young man anaitwa Angella, na anatuambianga venye ana prepare, anatuambia kuna hii match inakuja naenda kukimbia huku. We are still in the tennis season.
Yeah.
What other matches do you have lined up?
I have 2 tournaments here in Nairobi at Current Country Club. It's a futures tournament, because right now I'm transiting into the senior level, so I really need to get more points, and I'm grateful that Kenya was able to host this since 2019, the first one. So this is like the second one.
Yeah.
And it's November, on the 22nd of November. Yes, 2 weeks.
That's actually at Current Country Club starting this weekend.
No.
This weekend?
November.
Oh, November.
Yes.
Guys, imagine I'm already November. I was like, that's... all right, so...
Smells like Christmas spirit. Like, guys, next month.
I think niliona Maria Carey akianza kusema all I want for
Christmas.
December. Kenya and sports. We love our sports personalities, especially when you go Grand Slam. We're like, Okutoyi. Lakini kukusupport kufika huko. Nasema, amefika. Nipigia kifika. You know, how is the support that you've gotten from the Tennis Federation here in Kenya?
Well, I can say my federation really helped me. Since the age of 10, they've been really supporting me. And also with the ITF, International Tennis Federation, and also GSPDP, Grand Slam Player Development Program. Those 3 people have really helped me in my traveling and funding most of my travels. And I'm really grateful to them, because when I say ITF, I was once in an ITF center, which was in Burundi at first, and then due to war and all that, it had to be moved. So it was here in Kenya for like 3 years, but COVID came and it had to be shut down. But there was also another center in Morocco, so they were selecting the best in Kenyan center, and I got elected. So I got the chance to still continue my tennis and school at Morocco Center. I stayed there for 7 months and it had to shut down because there was no funding.
Hey, you've seen it all.
You must be down.
Hey. No, it's because you're a champion. They're we have a champion. Let's shut this down.
When Angela shows up,
let's shut this down.
Shut down.
Let's shut it down.
Angela kuapa by then auntie yake.
Yeah.
Senior.
Yeah.
Hi auntie. Anacheka tu. Anacheka. Very, very proud of you. Your family must be extremely proud of you. Now I'm going to ask you a personal question.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of Kenyans wanakusikia sahi wanafikiria hii kitu ni ya watu ambao wako na pesa. Sisi labda utengeneze tu ball hapo na paper pack nje, ucheze futa hapo nje. Kama uko fiti, county itakupeleka to the next level. Labda utaingia kwa
nationals, that's
alafu ucheze.
Soda na mkate.
Exactly. So most Kenyans don't see themselves. There's a young girl, there's a young boy who's listening to you right now and anasema tennis z kabla niambie mzazi anibaiya tennis racket nini. So do you come from a wealthy family?
No, I don't.
And you're talking about that you don't even have the support, like maybe even in terms of like all those special foods. So your family is an ordinary middle class family.
Yes.
So it means any Kenyan can be a tennis player.
Kenyan, yeah.
What would you tell this young person who's listening and say hata sijaishi? The only thing mimi najonga tu kucheza ile unachukua nini inaitwaje? Slippers. Tennis unaanza na slippers kwa estate bana.
Uni rich kid.
Wacha wewe.
Wewe
anatemanga ati when I get stressed I walk with my dog Nasty.
Stressed, I walk with my dog Nasty, and Nasty just helps me.
What would you tell this young person who maybe is just like, because you've traveled, I mean, Burundi, Morocco, you've gone to Paris, shut it down, Australia, you know, and there's so many other places that you're going to go, and we know that, and you're going to take your family and, you know, success. What would you tell this young person who's listening to you right now?
What I can tell them is tennis is for all. It doesn't matter if you have money or you don't. Just come and try tennis. I can attest to that because I didn't have money when starting tennis, but I'm still playing tennis as of now.
Yeah.
And what I can say now, tennis here in Kenya, most people who are playing it, they don't really come from a rich family. They all come from Kibera. And I'm happy to see that because when I was growing up, I was training with rich kids and they all stopped. So it's like me and my twin sister were the only ones who remained and other kids who didn't come from a well-up family. So I'm happy to see that now tennis is coming up and the kids that are playing now, they don't really come from rich backgrounds because I believe, like, I'm not Tichagui, but I'm just saying from what I know is these kids really want to play tennis, and I'm sure that when they see me, I feel like they'll want to do even more because they don't have much, so tennis is the only thing they have, so they would really push to achieve what they want. Unlike the ones who have money, you know, not in a bad way, but it's always like that.
Now, guys, you know we're seated in the presence of greatness.
Yes.
I hope you know that.
Me, I've already even written it down.
Angela, I'm telling you, there's so even if not for yourself, there's so many young people who you've opened the door for. I can tell you, Omanyala made a lot of Kenyans run into 100 meters because it used to be like either you do cross country or tafte kasi. You can either run your mouth or do run long distance, right? But because of Omanyala, and all minds were like, the most you can do is marathons. Now guys are running 100 meters, and you're going to see Kenyans doing amazing stuff because of you going to do Grand Slam, going to do all this Wimbledon, you know, believing in yourself, pushing yourself. There's a young person who's saying, I can do even much more.
Yes.
So congratulations. We're so grateful that you came to Morning Vibes. Uka inspire my MVPs. Na najua my MVPs chezeni kama nyinyi hapo hashtag kwa box and mwambia Angela bana. She goes and shuts it down. And you know, tennis is not as popular as football. You know, it's not as popular as nini, but even the president alisema si ugali kila siku, jaribu muhogo hapo cassava nini. So even Kenya, maybe FKF I just style up, lakini we can switch on and watch tennis.
Also, congratulations on your scholarship. Imagine 30 unis zilikuwa zinataka udem. Akasema, I'm like, okay, Alabama. I don't know how you got to that.
How did you choose? Mulifanya piki?
No.
Funga macho. Senje akakuambia weka kidole hapo.
Unafanya nini?
Then you touch.
Paka mielo disco.
How did you choose like the uni to go to? And what were the options?
Okay, so I had the help with my coach, Francis Rogoi, and also my federation. So with the 30 colleges, I had to shorten them down. So they reached to 5, or 5. So when I was in the US, after my US Open tournament, I got the chance to visit actually 4 schools, which my coach, choosing a school, you really need to look at a lot of things, especially for me. For me, what I really wanted in a college is a college which will align with my goals. Because for me, I don't want to just do school and finish. I really want to continue my tennis career. And in that school, Urban, the one I chose, was aligning with my goals. And also the teammates over there, they also want to be professional players. So I believe with that, I'm able to have a good
team around
me and supportive team. So that's how I got to choose Urban.
Sawa Mbappe. I have to have a nice team around me. And they're saying, don't worry, we have the team. Angela, please come and play in our school. And there's a moral to that story. Wewe umeka hapo unatusikia sai. You've got a passion inside you. Just be loyal to that passion. Be loyal to that passion and doors will open for you wide open. Can you imagine 30? Did you imagine 30 universities becoming knocking at your door?
No.
Imagine
I did
that.
not.
Me, not even one knocked.
This guy knocked 30 universities.
Finally, university, are you going to take me?
And they said, we don't need you in our section. Here's Creamy coming through with...
This is the Modern Vibes on Vibes Radio.